Tell me who you are.
I come originally from a very small village in East Germany.
I have a blockchain company where we build decentralized apps with a no-code solution.
Richard BEUTTNER, entrepreneur.
Millionaire, public speaker.
We're gonna see the evolution of crypto, NFTs, and the whole technology. It's gonna change the world as we know it.
Are you trying to be a billionaire?
It has huge potential, but it's not easy to pull off.
When is the next peak of the bull market going to be?
Impossible to say. Everybody that tells you is a liar, I would say.
He is just 29, but made millions of dollars in revenue by investing in companies.
There's a lot of charities, they're investing a lot of money, but where does that money go and how does that impact people? Really questionable, you know?
You'll be a really good politician.
I really don't care about it. I like communication on that type of frequency. So if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you're not supposed to.
Richard BEUTTNER.
What's up, my brother?
Did I say that right?
It's very good, yes.
How
Good
are
to
you?
see you again.
Good seeing you, my man.
Yeah.
I met you the other day, well not the other day, like what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and I left for Thailand that night.
Oof, okay.
I think I told you, and I was
Yeah.
like, we'd still podcast together. You're like, yeah, let's do a podcast. And then I had
Here
to
we
go,
are.
and then here we are. So tell me who you are. Tell the viewers who don't know who you are, tell them who you are without incriminating yourself.
Well, it's, you know, you're gonna see I'm quite a complex person.
Okay.
And I think we live in a world where most people define themselves over their name, face, age, religion, nationality, career, occupation, all these things. But I think that's quite a small part of who we truly are. And the whole concept of having a career used to be very relevant in the past 100 years. But now today, you know, there's so many opportunities. I come originally from a very small village in East Germany, close to the city of Magdeburg. And in my area, there's like 3,000 to 5,000 people living. So in the area, we have more like animals than actual people living.
Wow.
And as social media started to grow, I'm 29 years old right now, and I saw people traveling the world, building online businesses, building physical businesses, generating passive income, generating active income, learning how to make your money work for you and live the life you desire and be free and independent. I was like, let's give it a try, you know? So after dropping out of high school and working in a supermarket at 17 years old in my own apartment in that city, Magdeburg, I was like, yeah, let's try a different path, you know, because I see what everybody around me is doing, but I wanted different. I wanted to create my life and just see like what's possible, because at the end it's all about the memories and experiences and of course the network that you build. So I got into a few businesses. Some were going quite okay, some were going
Much better then. And now I'm here, you know, doing something that's quite complicated to explain in a lot of ways. But yeah, I guess you're gonna have some more specific questions for that to go into detail.
So you make your money online.
Not necessarily. I mean, I have the restaurant here in Dubai that I invested into, where we've been together. I have other traditional businesses. I have a blockchain company where we build decentralized apps on top of any blockchain, like multi-chain basically it's called.
It's called Niftables.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. So that project I've been working on, like first as an advisor, and then I came in a more prominent role afterwards. The last 2.5 years, so it's been quite a journey. And the first business I've been involved from like start to finish, and not just as an investor. I built like probably one of the largest academies online to generate income, mostly forex trading, commodities trading. Then 2017, when I got involved, it went into crypto trading as well, but purely education, not taking any investments or promising, like, you know, the whole spiel. And yeah, we built it. The company did in the last 11 years, I guess, $1.7 billion in revenue.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's Niftables?
No.
Sorry.
Niftables is blockchain company.
Sure.
Build decentralized apps. You want to launch a token or like NFT collections or ticketing based on NFTs.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, and basically anything you can imagine, we offer to build with a no-code solution. Imagine Shopify for crypto, where the whole process, also the accounting, and like the blockchain technology, the smart contracts, the auditing, even up until the marketing is involved. You know, we're going to launch our own token later this year.
Wow.
So that's quite interesting journey.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, but
Shopify, but for crypto. So if I've got a crypto company or a crypto idea or something I'm going to put in blockchain, all I have to do is I basically go on Niftables and I basically create it like a WordPress.
exactly.
Go on.
But WordPress, you need to have like some kind of knowledge.
Yes,
Shopify, anyone can use.
sure.
So that's
Wow.
that's the vision. And yeah, this admin panel,
Yeah.
most likely I don't want to make announcements, but gonna be released like end of next month. It's been a process,
Really?
process, yeah.
It's been hard.
It's a big process.
So what's the company that did 1.6 billion in revenue?
It's like a online academy
Okay.
called I Am Academy.
Okay.
And for example, one of our educators there was Bob Proctor.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's talking about that. Yeah. It's a big
exactly.
game.
So yeah, and I became an educator also in that company on the personal development side.
Okay.
So the tagline is how to become the best version of yourself. And it's an ever-evolving process, The goal is to become one step better each and every day.
Is that your company? Did you start that?
Not my company, no.
Listen.
I got involved like as a normal like affiliate more or less,
Sure.
and started to build like a large organization there. My organization did like quite substantial revenue of the overall revenue in the past six and a half years. But yeah, I moved more into an educator role because I had like a lot more responsibilities in other areas. And I just like to try new things, I'm quite creative on that side where if I see something, I'm curious, like how is it to get involved in that? For example, I never thought to enter the hospitality space based on the stigma that you have when it comes to hospitality, like, 90% of the businesses fail, 5 to 7 years to return on your investment, and hard to move and expand. But I'm all about brand building and IP. So the first very ultra high net worth individual I met in 2017 when I was like 22, he said, Richard, it's all about IP. He built his own direct sales company in China called SunHope. I think they did like 8 billion in the last 6 years. He exited at some point, went from China to the US and started working with all the big brands from like Gucci to Tiffany on like brand building, positioning, organizing Grammy, pre-Grammy parties and, just getting involved on that side. So I always had this seed in my head like, hey, IP is the key for the future. Because at the time we were working on a project for Marvel. And we were like doing like some marketing stuff for David Guetta at the Wing in Las Vegas at the time. I was like, okay, that's interesting, but so much to learn. So now in the past like 1.5 to 2 years, I moved more into actually executing on those ideas and those seeds that were planted many years ago.
When did you're 29 years old?
29.
Right. Very successful. Congratulations, by the way.
Doing what I can.
Yeah. By the way, your restaurant's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
Glad to like it.
It's good. Can we say the name?
I'm sure.
It's called Trope. It's in Dubai Mall. Crazy setup. Insane setup. It's like a nightclub, right?
The nightclub without the drinks.
Oh, there's no drinks? I don't drink, so I didn't even ask. I didn't realize.
It's in Dubai Mall, so there's no licenses for that.
Okay.
And also the main partner of that organization, he's like a very devoted Muslim. So he doesn't even want to offer alcohol, which I respect a lot.
So there's no alcohol in Dubai Mall?
No. As far as
At the restaurants.
as I know. Outside, like...
Yeah, except for the bottle, there's a liquor shop in Dubai Mall. You didn't know?
That's all right.
At the bottom, on the next to the banks.
I don't buy here also.
Yeah. But I would guess so, man. I have to go.
I heard about it.
I haven't seen it. That's the next to the bank. So, okay. When did you make your first million?
First million cumulated in earnings, or you mean like 1 million on the side?
What does that? What do you mean? I don't understand.
I mean, you can make 250K per year for 4 years and you earned 1 million in a business, for example.
Okay.
Or you have earned enough to have 1 million in your bank account or in your...
The second one.
The second one?
Yeah.
It was right when, before I turned 25, so 24.
20 more.
Yeah.
Okay. And how did you make your first million?
With that business, I explained, I generated my income stream through the affiliate marketing.
And?
And then I started to invest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't say necessarily you're a crypto guy.
I mean, I invested like quite solid. Yeah, my net worth at the time.
Yeah.
I was like very exposed in the crypto space.
Yeah. Yeah. And are you now?
Less than I wanted to.
Okay.
Because when we hit like the last all-time high in the last bull cycle,
You cashed out.
not immediately, but
Okay.
almost right after that. So in a very solid range.
But nobody sells the top and buys the bottom.
I pretty much bought the bottom in that market,
Yeah.
but I didn't say the top. Yeah,
That's okay.
Yeah.
You got lucky to buy the bottom. But
exactly.
nobody buys the bottom and sells the top.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in investment, I'm not necessarily a lucky person. You know, when I do my due diligence, it usually turns out quite well. And if I try to go the lucky route, then life is humbling me again. You know,
Got you. Okay.
it's good.
Yeah.
I rather earn it than luck it.
Yeah.
There.
Exactly. Exactly. Especially in Dubai, there's so many people that got lucky.
Yeah, yeah. But then at this point, I got involved in Trove
Yeah.
before like anything started there.
Yeah.
So I was the last investor that came in on that side. The meeting of the circumstance was quite by luck or circumstance, but the execution was quite good, I would say. You know, because you can see a PDF and you can have a 1 hour discussion with someone, but to really bet like a substantial amount of your net worth on a project where you don't really have any experience, but still making the right decision there, it's I wouldn't call it luck anymore. And then I started buying some watches and some cars. And then how the cycle moved, I tried to exit that after FTX went down or had like their situation. And Bitcoin hit around like $15,000. And I tried to go back in, but it also didn't work as much as I wanted or as fast as I wanted. But it's okay, you know, there's much bigger problems in this world than me selling cars and investing in crypto.
What cars do you have?
So I have a Ferrari 812 Superfast.
Favorite.
Yeah, it's the best. I mean, for that price class, for sure. A G-Class, G63.
Yeah.
With the nice like star roof, you know.
Oh, nice.
It's just quite chill.
Yeah.
Aston Martin Vanquish, the old like James Bond one. Yeah. And 2 McLaren 720S.
2.
Yeah, one is stage 2 tuned to like 850, 900 horsepower in that range. Very nice for the track if the clutch is not overheating. I got a Lambo Urus.
Oh, it keeps going. You got more. Okay.
The Urus and Aventador Roadster, yeah.
Anything on Aventador?
Yeah, I just don't really share it too much because it's,
Is it all in Dubai?
I mean, mainly, yeah.
Mainly in Dubai.
It's not mainland, but mainly in
Mainly. But it's like, it's depreciating asset, right?
It depends. I bought.
Because you're talking about like it's an investment, but it's depreciating with cars.
If you knew my prices and the value, you would change your opinion, yeah. Yeah.
You bought the Lamborghini.
Yeah, my first Aventador,
Yeah.
I bought for like 650,
Yeah.
like matte black, you know,
Yeah.
the spoiler on the back,
Yeah.
like nice sports exhaust, like it was so loud, like sometimes I just would get the ticket for being too loud and I didn't even like do anything, you know.
Yeah, you just turned it on.
Just driving,
Yeah.
you know. But also, I mean, driving, there's like 2 different ways of driving, you know.
Yeah.
You can drive like Shaq and you can drive like like I do.
Shaq's driving good. Shaq's
Yeah.
driving good. He's going
No,
safe.
very good. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
I know that's what you mean.
I was just on the racetrack on the weekend,
Were
you
you?
know, yeah.
Is that the one that everyone went to Abu Dhabi?
No, here in Autodrome in Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like this event series,
Got ya.
Gear Up events.
Yeah, all these cars were there. I saw like a Li3 Lamborghini Aventador.
Yeah, there was
that
a
was the
lot
one?
of cars, like
Okay.
50 to 100 cars.
Yeah, a lot of cars.
So quite big. But yeah, that one I drove a couple thousand kilometers, like 6-7 months, and then I sold it for almost 800k.
And you bought it for 650.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the type of moves I
that you
enjoy.
do.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's fun and investment
Yeah. Yeah.
if you do it right.
You know, when I make investments, I always look for cash flow.
Yeah.
How are you with cash flow? Do you have good cash flow, or are you more? Do you have lump sums of cash? It comes in lump sums instead of residual, or both?
I get around, I would say. So I have
You should be a politician.
Yeah, that's what my grandpa said. But let's see. Let's see how the world is moving the next 5 to 10 years.
Oh, you might be.
I don't know. No, I mean, I'm not gonna do any announcements. You know.
Okay.
But yeah, I have like solid income stream from various businesses. I also like to invest, and then you have more like it takes a couple months, but then you have a solid payout on your investment. Yeah.
What's something you're looking forward to in the future that you're working on?
Wow. It's quite interesting because like the nature of my blockchain project, it's like it has huge potential, amazing potential, but it's not easy to pull off. And even if the tech is amazing, you still have to do a lot of other things on the business development side, and it's a very fast moving market and industry. So let's see, I wouldn't say hit or miss, but it's like it can grow so big, like I can't even imagine how big it will get, or it will be quite challenging, and I'm not the type of person that's like super hopeful or optimistic. I'm very realistic in what to do. Then on the hospitality side, I want to gain much more experience also on the operational side, just to understand and work with the best people and not just expand the Trove brand, but also create new brands with my partners, and maybe in the future by myself with like some friends and associates that I have right now. In general, I love to make new experiences, like travel. I've been to about 55 countries. And I didn't even have the intention to go to as many countries as possible. So I love to travel when I know people in that place, to really experience the culture, and eat the local food, do the local activities. Imagine going to Tokyo with like the friends that don't speak any English, take you to the karaoke bars at night, and you're singing with the local singer, like some songs, and it's amazing experience. Or like going to Hawaii with like the yoga teacher who's also like a hiking guide and shows you the places you usually don't go to. Or going to Costa Rica with my friends and like just being on the beach and driving with the buggy around, like these type of experience I really like and enjoy, and I want to see more of the world. I want to understand like the different cultures, and at the end realize what we all deep inside realize. It's that we're all one big family, and someone or something is trying to separate us or tell us that we're separated by the color of our skin, by the color of our hair, by what we believe in. But at the end we're all the same, and that's it's a key message. And seeing that, experiencing that, learning that, and sharing that vision with others, or that realization with others, is a big passion. And I don't have like too many monetary goals, to be honest. I was quite ambitious when I was younger, but I reached more than I ever dreamed of, like quite early. So now it's also very interesting to understand the charity world better. I did my first charity trip in like 2019, where we drove this supercar rally, One Life Rally. Maybe you heard about it. Andrew was also there in 2022, and we're basically driving around Europe, mostly Eastern Europe, and collect the money also like from the drivers and give it to like the local orphanages, and do like the Christmas gift trips and this stuff, which is amazing to also use our resources and abilities to give back. Me and a very good friend and like our community from the online academy, we're also building our first school in Uganda right now. So that's a quite interesting experience as well, to understand that better, how to bring the right education, not just teach them the basic things, but imagine like a school in a place of people that don't have the same opportunities that we might have had or did have, and teach them about programming, graphic design, trading, understanding finance markets, and all those things is quite something I'm looking forward to in the future. And I realize I'm quite young. I don't know exactly, now I do understand better, but back in the day I didn't really understand how the world works. So understanding that, to know like where you go in and what you do to have a higher impact, is definitely one of the things I'm looking forward to.
Okay. You should definitely be a politician, by the way. Definitely be a politician.
I mean, I have some connections in that side, but I don't know if I would ever put myself in that sensitive position.
Yeah,
you're quite exposed.
Yeah, I know. You are quite exposed, and the pay is garbage, but you'd be good.
Yeah, I mean, the pay is okay, I can get around that.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't do it for the money.
You wouldn't do it for the money either, yeah. Going back to money, okay? Because I'm trying to understand. You've amassed a lot of wealth, right? Would you say it started from affiliate marketing?
It started from building an amazing network and understanding that you cannot really change your life in 3 months, but 3 years is a solid amount of time. If you're willing to do the work after your main job, if you're willing to take risks, you know, being an entrepreneur means you take the jump and then you figure out like how you're gonna land. Because how can you know, coming from a small village, how to build like solid business and something that maybe nobody has done before, at least in your surrounding. You know, now through social media we're much more connected and seeing more. But yeah, there was mostly that step to take the risk and then helping other people get what they want. You know,
so adding value,
and you know, like if you at the end you get paid by helping other people understand financial markets and making a solid extra income, like a side income, you know, it adds up on the number of customers you bring. For example, it's the beautiful nature of affiliate marketing. You don't need to create the product, you don't need to do the whole business operation.
Sure.
You're not directly providing the service, you're just marketing a product of somebody else, but you get paid better than the creator on the value and on the income, on the revenue that you bring, you know?
Yeah, because you're in sales.
Basically, sales and leadership.
Yeah. Your income's uncapped when it comes to sales.
Exactly, but then my investment income overtook my sales income like that.
Investment in...
So it took me like cumulated. It took me, I would say, 5 years or more than 5 years to make $1 million on that side, you know.
Okay.
But then in like investments, you can do more in less than a year or half a year.
Yeah.
And it was like not a lot of luck on that side as well.
Sure.
I was literally looking at like the crypto charts, and I was mostly approached regarding crypto back in the day by I would say like quite scammy people. So I also, and that mistake a lot of people do, you assume the whole industry is quite scammy, you know?
Yeah.
Because whoever approaches you, you relate that topic to that person in some way, shape or form. But everybody always said, no, it's not about the money, it's about the technology. So I was at some point stopping to have my fixed opinion and started to open up my mind and learn and research. And my mentor on that investment side, I asked him literally when Bitcoin was around $3,000, like, you think it's a good time to get back in? Because it was almost at 20. 3 is quite solid point, you know, like if it's ever gonna prevail and like stay in the market. And he said, look, Richard, and he sends me a chart of NASDAQ back in the day of the .com run up and crash. He was like, blockchain technology is gonna take over in some way, shape or form. It's a pretty solid time to buy. So he confirmed what I already seen, and you make a decision and go with it and don't look back.
So you did buy the bottom. 3,000 was the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 3,200, 3,400 I got in.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Did you go heavy?
I mean, you know, whatever ammunition you have, you know.
Oh, you deployed everything?
I mean, a lot.
A lot, yeah. Because I look back when I bought Solana for $9.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I could have bought more.
Yeah. But be grateful for
what you
doing
bought.
whatever you did. Yeah. It's not like I had like a large amount of cash to go into.
Yeah.
I just started to, you know, take whatever you make.
Yeah.
And then you're just going in there and try to live off of what you already made.
Yeah.
You know, I have my own kind of unconventional strategies to move through life. And it works for me. It might not work for somebody else.
Clearly it works for you.
Yeah.
If somebody's watching this, no connection, he's 21-year-old kid, you know, he wants to get to where you are. Are you self-made?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Self-made.
Yeah.
So if somebody is, let's say there's a 21-year-old kid watching this, no opportunity, no connection. Well, there's opportunity everywhere, but no opportunity. He doesn't feel like he can see any opportunity. He's got no connection, but he wants to get to where you are. What advice do you have for that person?
One of my first mentors that I had, he taught me the science of intention. So it's quite important, you know, in your daily life and overall in your life, over a year, over 5-year span, you need to have intentions where you go, and then you move in that direction with that intention, you know. So the key is, I would say, to put the logic of your mind and the emotions of your heart on one line, and you go together. Because that's when you grow, that's when you move with full force, with the force that you've been provided with at birth, you know. And everybody has this, you know. I like to say we're all born rich. My mentor, Bob Proctor, he's also speaking a lot about that, or used to speak a lot about that. About your frequency, about the intention, how you attract the things like a radio, more or less, and you can tune into different frequencies, and then you attract more of that because you are based on that frequency. And that's very important. I'm not a big fan of this fake it until you make it, because when I started, my goal was to maybe in 5 years generate a 6-figure income in my business, and then grow from there, and maybe after 7 years go to like $250,000, and maybe then after 10 years you will have made 1 million accumulated. And it went much quicker because I set out a time frame where in my mind there was no doubt. I knew I can make it, other people made it better, faster, you know, with like the same resources. We all have basically the same resources, more or less, especially the more we get connected. But it's basically getting out all these distractions, and there's a lot of distractions. You know, this tool can either make you or break you. You know, your phone is intense, and everybody knows that. So watching this right now is very good, but you know, take some notes, take just one little bit you can take into your daily life, but then execute on it, because it's all about execution. So reading books, doing daily personal development is key. Setting out a long-term goal, like set goals that are so big that in that moment you might not be able to imagine that to be possible, but you start stretching your mind, and once your mind is stretched, it stays in that. And you know how it is. I mean, you're podcasting in a Maybach, you know, life probably was not always like that, you know. And same for me, it went from like hoping to make 1 million in 10 years to seeing my portfolio move in a week up 1 million or down 1 million, or more or less, you know, like, but in that range. So it's like you go the levels up and up, and in school we learn, and then comes the test, and we're still most of the time not really so prepared, unless we have the intention to be a doctor or a lawyer. Then you're very well equipped, you know. And in life it's different, like mostly you reach a new level and you get tested, you know, or at the end of each level, it's like the test of the accumulation of all the learnings you had on that level. And that's quite important to understand as well. Building a strong network, relationships are everything, but also be willing to, you know, like sometimes you need to separate from certain people to elevate and go up the next level. But still be like full of love, be full of respect, be full of all the good things in life, but know where you're going. That's the intention. That's all we got, you know. And most of the people that have a clear intention in life, that's the ones that are moving, and they're very focused on themselves. They're not worried about like going out or missing that birthday or whatever, you know. They know what they're doing. So finding a purpose and finding a reason, a worthy ideal that's worth it for you, that's worth it for you to move certain things away for a couple months, for a couple years, to realize your dream. That's important. And that's where most people already, like, they don't even have that dream that gives them that energy, that gives them that like purpose to go after it. So that's most important thing to find. And it was never about the money in that sense. That was just a materialistic thing that I set to reach my goal of freedom and independence.
So almost what you're saying is kind of have a direction to go to.
Direction is everything, yeah.
And you know, a friend of mine is going through Ramadan right now, and he's gone missing. I don't ever see him.
Missing?
He's gone missing. I don't see him. He comes out at night to eat. He's up to 3 a.m. and then he goes. I never see him anymore during Ramadan. And he said, I use Ramadan to isolate myself, and growth comes in isolation.
It's true.
Yeah. So he's isolating himself to figure out his purpose, what he wants to do in life, grow, and connect with his faith more to God. So you're saying, I mean, you know, if a dog, you know, if if you don't have a direction to go to, you can chase your tail every day like a dog.
Yeah, it's quite difficult because you're moving and moving, but you don't see progress.
Because you're going in circles.
Yeah, like I used to describe it like this, like first time I understood this and what I was teaching people in the beginning is, you know, when you're in Germany, I was in Germany at the time, and you're in Hamburg, in northern Germany, northwest kind of, you know, for you to understand. And you want to go to Munich, which is on the other side of Germany. And you have a location A, where you at, and a location B, where you want to be. And you put the navigation on your GPS, you follow that, right? Even if it's night time, maybe it's foggy, you only see the next 100 or 200 meters, you trust that GPS, correct? You know you're gonna get to your goal, because you know where you need to go, and you follow this direction. And that's life. That's life.
Yeah.
But we don't even trust ourselves.
Yeah.
Because most of the time we don't take the time to figure this out.
Yeah.
Everybody's so invested and so involved in other people's life.
Yeah.
Like what's Ye doing? What's Kim doing? You know, like what are all these people doing? When's Drake dropping the new album? Whatever, you know, like now you saw during Super Bowl, like everybody's talking about Taylor Swift. Like I don't even know grown men talking about Taylor Swift. Like,
what the fuck?
But it's what is being used to distract people. And they get involved and emotionally invested there, but not in their own life and in their own goals, dreams, and everything that comes with it.
If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it. You know, there's a thing about the visual. So you know, the thing about visualization was something I realized the other day is if you knew how to get to your goal. It would just be a series of administrative processes. It wouldn't be a goal. If you knew how to get to $1 million, it wouldn't be a goal. It would be a series of administrative processes. So you're right. You have this navigation, you know, that you don't know how you're going to get there, but you will get there, right? You just have faith that every decision that comes to you in life every day, you will make the decision to take you in that direction that you want to go to.
So in the same way I explained it with me, it's like you said a 10-year plan, and you can break it down on a yearly basis, and then you can break down each year on a monthly basis, and then you can break it down on a weekly basis, and then on a daily basis. But what's very hard to control is your results, right?
Sure.
But what can you control? It's your actions. And actions speak louder than words, you know. It's a phrase that has been used many times in our social world, but it's true.
Yeah.
You know, and most of the important truths are very simple and very easy to execute, but we're just not doing it, or like most of the people are not doing it. It's same like with health, you know, everybody knows how to eat healthy, more or less. The knowledge is out there. You know, you can study 1 week and you kind of know like what's healthy, what's not healthy. You know how to work out, you know, and you just gotta do it. And it's the same in business. You learn a skill set, you know, you control your actions. You need to go obviously the extra mile. If you still have to work a job like myself at the time to generate your income to pay the bills, but you want to advance from there, you need to invest extra time where others are enjoying and, you know, going to the club or playing video games or hanging out in the park or like doing all these things that are amazing in some way, shape or form, but does it get you to your goal? No. So you got to make a conscious decision for a couple of years to sacrifice a lot of things, because otherwise that life that you really want will be the sacrifice. So you either sacrifice now for the future, or you sacrifice the future for the now. It's like even now, you know, it's like same process, just on a different level, and with the different ideas and the different directions on that side. But then there's like so many books on personal development and how to grow your skill sets and how to be more organized. And I just asked myself the question, what can I do now to grow my value? What can I grow now to grow my skill set? What can I do now to get closer to that goal? And then you can get there much quicker, you know. Also Grant Cardone, he speaks about it in the 10x rules, you know, like if you have a goal, set a goal that's 10x higher than that and do 10x more than what you think to achieve that, and your initial goal will be realized quite interestingly and quite quickly, because you go with a different determination, you know, and a different conviction, and through the daily actions and then seeing some results, you also build that self-confidence in yourself, you know, like you move different, and you gotta not just visualize like sitting in a car like this and watching the video. That's what also one of my mentors taught me back then. It's this key point of visualization is not sitting in your bed and hoping that there's a letter coming in your mail with 100,000 euro magically. It's to imagine how you can get there and then trying it out. And if it works, you follow the success formula. If it doesn't work, you adjust the plan. You know, it's not that complicated, but I feel like sometimes people don't want to take that time and energy investment to go there. So if you want to drive a specific car, go to the dealership and touch that car, feel that car. But even then, you're gonna be like, okay, it's still not my car. So you need to go very deep, and you don't just need to think about the material things, but how do you want to look? How do you want to talk? How do you want to walk? Where you're gonna move? Where you're gonna wake up? Who you're gonna wake up with? How does your house or apartment look like? And at the end, what you manifest and create might not look exactly like this. But if you want to manifest a Lamborghini, it's never about the Lamborghini. Because if you drive the Lamborghini, you realize it's still a car. You're still sitting behind the wheel. The windshield is quite small. You know, like if you go from the G to the Aventador, you think you're like in a Hot Wheels car.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
Yeah, and it's not that. It's literally just becoming that person that can afford the car. Yeah. And then most of the times you don't even want it anymore. You just get it because you can.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing, like when you have a really nice car, for me anyways, I get over it quickly. Do you get over it?
I mean, I still love driving 350 in the 812, but yeah.
Yeah, the 812 is amazing though. What's your favorite car? The 812, has to be the 812, the supercharged.
From the ones
fast.
I have, 100%.
Super fast.
100%. But the McLaren is also crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy animal.
Yeah. What about the Aventador?
It's cool.
Don't love it.
No.
I love the Aventador.
Yeah.
I love how it looks.
Yeah, it has a specific vibe, you know.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, that was the dream.
Yeah.
Then when I could get it, I got the Ferrari.
Yeah.
First.
Yeah.
So the Aventador was more like it was a good deal.
Yeah. A Lamborghini Aventador is always like a kid's dream, isn't it? It's always that.
Yeah. And actually, just for the story earlier.
Yeah.
1.5 years ago, I bought another Aventador Roadster.
Okay.
Same price.
1.5 years ago, no way.
650, yeah.
650,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
That's so cheap.
It's, you know.
What year?
It's 214.
2014. That's so cheap.
Yeah, and it's worth like about $1 million now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Are those deals still around?
It's about opportunities. Also here in Dubai, one time I got the 812 super fast offered for 780.
Wow.
But I was overexposed in the cars at that point, so I was like, I could, but do I really want to?
Yeah.
You know?
You don't need that many cars.
No.
And why don't you sell them and invest?
I mean, for the right price, I'll sell you right now.
True. No, but why would you buy more? Wouldn't you just use that money to invest?
You know, it was the nature of how things turned out.
Okay.
So at first point, it was cashing out crypto into assets.
Sure.
Not toys, but investments in that sense for me.
Yeah.
And crypto to cars is an easy move. Cars to crypto is not as easy.
No.
No,
it's not as easy.
Especially because the McLarens, they were at like 800 and over 800 at that time.
Yeah.
Not my price, but you know, the market.
Yeah.
And then somebody, as it happens in Dubai quite often, had an accident car, put it for 599 on Dubizzle, drags down the market. Why would I sell something that's worth 750 for 650?
Yeah.
Just because of the market?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would have been a good move with the crypto.
Yeah.
But you know, you win some, you lose some.
Of course.
As long as the outcome is income. We're doing good.
Okay. So, do you have more money tied up in, is your asset portfolio in cars bigger or crypto?
Wow, I would have to check some things.
You don't know.
I mean, crypto went up quite solid. Cars stayed quite the same in those last months.
Yeah.
So I would probably say crypto took the spot again.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
But before it started going up, for sure, I was too much in cars.
Yeah, okay.
But also the other investments are doing quite well.
Yeah.
And I got some token that I bought in like seed rounds of projects that didn't release yet.
Okay.
So there's like something that's gonna come also that I can say for sure yet.
Sure.
Because like 250k can turn into 200k.
Yeah.
or 2 million or
Yeah.
5 million, who knows?
Yeah, true, very true.
Yeah.
When is the next peak of the bull market going to be?
Wow. Impossible to say.
Impossible to say, but we've got the halving next month.
Everybody that tells you is a liar, I would say.
Okay. Everybody tells me, because I have a lot of crypto people that come, historically it's 18 to 24 months after the halving.
The top?
Yeah, the peak. That's a long time away and we're already at all-time high.
I mean, we had the last halving in summer 2020.
Okay.
And we hit pretty much the top at around 63, 64K in May 2021.
Okay.
So that was like, I don't know, 10 months.
Yep.
Then it
10 months after the halving.
Then it retraced a lot over the summer 2021. And then it hit the 67K, I think, in October, I guess.
Yeah.
October, November 2021.
Something like that.
And then we started to go down.
Yeah.
So that's more like 10 months to like 15 months.
Yeah.
But there was no ETFs.
Exactly.
So that's quite an interesting point.
That's why the market's so strange right now, because right now we should not be hitting all-time highs before the halving.
Usually, like we should be at half of the previous all-time high based on the last cycle that I saw from beginning to end.
Correct.
So right now
We should be at 30.
Next month we should be at 30, 35.
Yeah, and now we're at 67.
Yeah, so we already hit the all-time high before the halving, a new all-time high. Now it broke every technical analysis.
Exactly. Every rule.
And I'm not a technical analyst, so I know good people in that space.
Yeah.
And also you can look at like the big investors, and the projection for this cycle was ranging end of last year from 42K to 1 million. So even the experts are not even sure. It's like 42, 70, 100, 80, 120, 250, 500, 600, 1 million. So like who are we?
We don't know.
Who are we playing with?
I'm cashing out at 140,000.
Yeah.
140.
So in 3 years then?
You don't think it's going to hit 140 in 10 months?
I don't try to guess.
I think it's going to hit 140 in 10 months.
Yeah.
We've got the ETF.
Should we make a bet or is that haram?
Do you think I'm wrong?
No,
I feel like you think I'm wrong.
No.
So why do you want to bet?
No, I'm just saying that to see how you react.
Oh, okay. No. I don't really gamble.
Yeah.
I grew up in Australia all my life. There was a casino next to my house. I never went.
Yeah. I'm not as informed about the market right now as I was in the last cycle, just because of the percentage how I'm exposed in it.
Sure, it's not as much as what you were last time.
On the investment side, it's quite important. Like when I went into crypto, that's what I knew about. That's what I was on my daily kind of news cycle. That's what I told people about, Like I have people, they started also buying Bitcoin at like 3, 4, 5K, 6K dollar in like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 euro charges. And who made like multiple six figures in the last cycle just because they were at one of my events and actually listened, But in this one, I think just how the last cycle went, how the current situation is, and my expertise now is more inside of the crypto space with the biggest and most valuable projects.
Yeah.
And they all don't really care about money. They don't care about price. For example, the inventor of Ethereum, I don't think he ever expected the price to hit this number that quickly. Yeah, because everybody complains about Ethereum's fees and fee structure. But I mean, if you sell the token, I think in the ICO they sold for like $30 cents. And then he built everything around that, and how much Ethereum is going to be for each transaction. If you sell it for 30 cents and to expect it to hit like $3, is already a quite good return on investment. To expect it to go to $30 is a big confidence as a 19-year-old kid, To see it going to 300 or 3,000 after less than 10 years, because they did the ICO in 2013.
Yeah. Crazy.
I don't think he expected that, as smart as he is. I don't think that.
No.
You know, so if everybody just starts speculating
Yeah.
on it and push the price to like those type of levels,
Yeah.
of course the fees are high,
Yeah,
man. You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it
yeah.
was never intended to be that high.
To be like that. You're right, actually.
Yeah.
You're right. If he intended it to get to that, then he would have made the code a little bit different with the fees.
Yeah.
What I'm laughing at is, you know, there's memes where he's like going on panels and talking, and he's got like a shirt with like a unicorn on it. It's like a pink shirt with a unicorn or whatever. And then just the way he's talking, and then there's a meme that goes, half of my net worth is in this man's hands.
Yeah. You know that the thing is, what I love about Vitalik is he's one of the only authentic and real people in this space.
Have you met him?
Yeah, many times.
No way.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing guy.
Amazing guy.
Amazing guy, yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, he's caring more about humanity than most people that I ever met.
And he's so young.
Yeah, so young, so intelligent, and like his mind just operates on a different, I don't know what would be the right word,
Yeah.
dimension, frequency, wavelength,
Yeah,
whatever.
you can see it.
Yeah, you know, and he doesn't care what people say, you
Yeah.
know, he is who he is, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Everybody goes on social media, act like they're real, you know, like he's real.
He's so, listen, you can tell it's real. I don't know, would he even have a car?
I don't think so.
He wouldn't even have a car,
I don't
would he?
think so. No.
Did you go to the Satoshi block round table?
No, never.
No. He was there.
Yeah, no, but
Yeah.
I didn't go.
No, you didn't go.
No, I met him the first time in 2021 when he was speaking in Montenegro on a panel with the finance minister at the time and one of his head researchers and one of his main lawyers for the Ethereum Foundation. And my very good friend, mentor and big brother was like inviting me to go there. So that's the first time I seen him, and since then we met like quite a few times.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm actually going to see him in like 10 days.
No way.
Yeah.
Where does he live? He doesn't live in Dubai, does he?
I cannot say anything about his
Okay.
location, about his
Okay.
security.
Oh, I
detail.
see.
Yeah.
Interesting. But he's from Canada. So is CZ.
I mean-
CZ's they're both from Canada. That's where they grew up and were raised.
About CZ, I cannot tell you like too much. I was invited to meet him like 1.5 years ago, 2 years ago. But you know,
Wow.
I'm not against Binance at all. Like I also have funds with Binance. But you know, I'm more interested in what Ethereum is doing. I think without like talking about anyone else, just mainly talking about them. They're doing amazing, and they have a future, and they're building the road
Yeah, of
that
course they are.
give us other people the opportunity to build their gas stations and their
Yeah.
little towns on that road.
Yeah,
And the infrastructure is everything,
yeah.
you know, and everybody else is doing okay,
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay.
But he's the revolutionary in that sense.
In that sense.
Because at the time, like the group of people that, as far as I know, he was also involved in, tried to add smart contracts to Bitcoin. And they didn't figure out the way to do it. Now, last year, actually, there was ways how they use the blockchain technology from Bitcoin to do like the ordinals and to add like functions to it, besides just being like the digital gold and sending the Satoshis. But yeah, because of the nature of Bitcoin and their knowledge and experience, they didn't find a way. So that's why he created Ethereum. You know?
Interesting.
And I respect that and
Yeah.
like his abilities, and
Of course.
it's amazing.
What do you think about what happened with Binance? Is it like CZ sacrificed himself to save the bull market?
I wouldn't say that. No, it's.
Do you think he was in the wrong, or is it all propaganda?
I don't really speak on topics I cannot speak about.
Okay.
Um,
Are you Batman?
me?
Yeah. I feel like you're a modern day
Bruce.
Batman. Yeah.
Rich Wayne, Rich Wayne.
Yeah, that's right.
No,
I feel like you're a modern day Batman.
it's more like I speak about what I can speak about, you
Sure.
know, and that I know.
Okay.
Otherwise, like CZ, we never met. I never shook his hand. So anything I would say is speculation.
Sure.
And same like in investments, I'm not really a speculator, you know. But what I can say is that they helped many clients to basically get into the crypto world and give access
Exactly.
to millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of customers. The last number I heard at that time before he stepped down was, I think, 100 to 150 million users, real users. So that's quite impressive, and I'm all about mass adoption because I think the nature of the cryptography and the crypto industry and how it evolved is actually helping people if it's used right, and we do it with the right morals and ethics, because it brings more transparency but anonymity at the same time and more security in some ways. For his specific case, why he stepped down, I think it's a security, like it probably was a deal that they made, you know?
Well, I think they did make a deal, yeah.
Yeah.
And he wants to come back to Dubai, but they won't let him.
Yeah.
His family's here
I
and
think
everything.
but I think he's also doing quite okay with whatever he built.
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, he's not in
There's
prison.
also bigger problems in the world for sure.
Sure,
Yeah.
but we'll stand by him. he's like the Bitcoin Jesus. He's like the crypto Jesus, to be honest. He's like our savior in a way. We're like, we need to save him. That's how I feel anyway.
Yeah.
If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it. All right, I'm gonna give you a little fire round session. Okay, I'm gonna ask you which crypto, and you're gonna tell me this or that. Okay, Bitcoin Bitcoin or Ethereum,
Ethereum.
Solana or Ethereum,
Ethereum.
Solana or Cardano. Why are you laughing at Solana? You don't like Solana?
Huh? It's they're doing okay.
I know your face. Do you have any Solana?
No,
You don't have any Solana.
I think the maximum Solana I had was like $200 invested.
You don't? Do you think it's a good project?
I think they're doing good.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Ethereum is the real deal. You know?
A lot of people are like Solana shit. It's a scam.
I wouldn't say that,
Okay.
but a lot of people would say that.
Yeah, a lot of people say, but you wouldn't say that.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Solana or Cardano?
I don't have an opinion on that, but I had more Cardano than I had Solana.
Right now.
Right now, I don't have either.
Okay, you don't have either, but you have to choose one.
I have to choose.
You have to choose.
Let's give Solana some love, maybe.
Okay,
huh? 'Cause
thank you.
It
Thank
seems
you.
like
Good
you try
Solana.
to get them in, you know. But don't pump it because of me, you know.
You want to pump it because of you?
Don't pump it.
No. Ripple or Stellar?
Oof, that's a good one.
Apparently Ripple's a scam. Da Vinci said to me, Ripple is clearly a scam. Have you read the white paper? That's what Da Vinci said to me.
Yeah, like I used to make money on XRP.
Yeah.
I believe Ripple in general, the company, is quite innovative. And what they wanted to do, I'm not sure if they're going to finish it, but what they wanted to do was quite a good move. At this time, like I said, I didn't investigate too much about like the last 6 to 12 months, but I think Stellar's in a quite dope position right now. So XRP was better in the past. Stellar might be more the future.
Got ya.
No financial advice.
No financial advice. Of course, this is not financial advice, none of this. Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash?
Oof. Let's stay with Bitcoin, you know, but
Okay.
yeah.
Chainlink or Band Protocol?
Chainlink.
Uniswap or SushiSwap?
I like sushi, but Uniswap for sure.
Tezos or EOS?
Oh man.
What's funny is you probably know the founders.
I mean, you know, I almost cannot choose any of them.
You can't.
No.
Okay, we'll skip that one. I'll let you skip that one. Monero or Zcash?
Monero.
Last one. Cosmos or Polkadot?
Cosmos.
Cosmos. Interesting. Okay. Are you trading crypto?
I do.
You trade.
More for fun.
More for fun, not for money or anything like that.
I mean, I make money, but it's more fun, yeah.
Sure.
Funny money.
Funny money. That's a good one. What does happiness look like to you?
Happiness is being...
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you sometimes have to put yourself in situations where you're ambitious again or getting ambitious. Happiness is satisfaction, being at peace.
Yeah, I agree. I was with a girl yesterday. She's like, I said, I travel once every 8 days or 9 days. And she says, why do you keep running away? Are you happy? I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm happy. It's like, and I said to her, why is happiness important? Why is it? It's not the main goal of a man to be happy. The life of a man has never been easy. But I prefer to be a man now than 500 years ago when I had to be on a horse going to war with knives.
We're for sure living better than kings of the days back then.
Even then,
Yeah.
like I had iftar tonight, and the spread of food that we had, I was thinking,
It's royal,
600 years ago, kings wouldn't eat like this.
Yeah, impossible.
You know, and
Yeah.
now it's just everyone can.
Exactly. That's the beauty of our reality that we're in right now.
Yeah, very true. What does retirement look like to you?
I thought I was retired at some point, but then I got back in the game. So
Okay.
how retirement looks like, being on your property with the family, the animals, and not worrying about the things we worry about right now.
Are you trying to be a billionaire?
No, but it might happen.
Interesting. No, but it might happen. And if you did become a billionaire, in what avenue would you look at that it would happen? Through your NFT platform, your blockchain, or you don't know? It's just something that the way you're going could happen.
I'm just thinking what happened the last 8 years. And now with the knowledge and the network and the resources I have, play that game 10, 20 more years. Inflation is going to happen in some way, shape or form anyways. So a billion in 10 or 20 years is not a billion today or a billion 20 years ago. So just based on that nature, it just might happen. If the financial system and the value of fiat and money stays the way that it is right now and how we perceive it. But overall, like not just one way, like everything together.
Okay. Finish this sentence. I became rich when I understood.
I became rich when I understood that life is determined by the questions that I ask myself and the daily activities that I do. And I'm not a victim of my circumstances, but I create my own reality.
Thumbnail. Thumbnail. Damn. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a very good one.
Spontaneous.
Very. Yeah. It actually looks rehearsed, but it wasn't.
Yeah. You know what's a fun side fact?
What?
Like the biggest German knowledge magazine.
Yeah.
From like, it's probably the only TV show that would still be worth watching.
Okay.
It's the one that I watched when I was a child, for example. They actually reached out to do like a reportage, like a documentary about me.
No way.
Yeah, but I happily declined. But here we are, you know.
Here we are. And now with the questions I'm asking, you're like, this is why I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Did I have to twist your arm to do the podcast, or did you want to do a podcast?
You know, I just wanted to see like how the lighting is here in the back of the Maybach,
That's what you wanted to do.
mainly.
That's really?
Yeah, and see what questions might interest you, you know. It's interesting because the way people ask you questions and see you, you get to know yourself a lot better as well. Because you only see yourself from the inside, you know, you never perceive yourself from the outside, so it's quite an interesting experience. And I might not gonna do it too much in the future.
Yeah.
So it's a new experience in some way, shape
Yeah.
or form.
The reason I say you should be a politician is because, first of all, you're my friend, right? And if I ask you a question, you go around it, you don't answer it, I don't ask you again, right? But when I hit points and you're like, okay, how much money did you make this? And you're like, well, you know, this and this happened and that happened and this happened. You kind of go around it, right? That's why I said you'd be a really good politician.
I mean, I really don't care about it. So I wouldn't even know at this point, and it's not because it's that huge, you know, that I cannot keep track of it. It's like I really don't care. You know, facts tell, but stories say.
Huh?
facts tell, stories sell.
Ah, I see. Facts. So that's your way of telling a story.
Not really. I just I like communication on that type of frequency.
Sure.
So if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you're not supposed to.
Oh, wow.
You should have enough money to have the experiences on this realm, on this plane that you want to have. But I don't try to define myself or compete with anyone or feel better because of any success, because roles might be reversed, you know, and things can change and things were different in the past. I just decided if you can go through life materialistically poor or materialistically rich, I would choose rich because you can just do more and you can help more, you know. I remember at some point in my life, like I had my first orphan that I supported when I was 12 years old.
Wow.
And I got, like, from my allowance, from my mom, from my family, was like, I don't know, 20, 30, 50 euro per month. But I donated like €1 per day, you know. So if I was making 50 and I give €1 per day, I was left with 20 for the month. And that was okay, you know. At the time I was already thinking like that, just because I realized quite early that some people, like if you're watching this right now, you probably have the same opportunities that I had, but there's people out there that really don't, you know, and we just got to look at what's happening in the world right now. And I don't want to tap too much into the topic because I don't have a clear opinion on this yet, and I don't understand everything, but all the problems that are going on in the world, there's a lot of people that don't have that privilege to just start at zero. But everybody can start at zero. And I realized that quite early, and then at some point I went for foreign exchange here in the United States when I was like 16 until 17, and I came back and I went to my mom and I was like, you know, like this is happening in the world and this is happening in the world, and like how can you guys have that happen, like your generation, like, you know, what did you do? And I realized, like, you know, it's obviously not her fault, but you know, I was just understanding and coming to realization of how the world kind of is not as fair to everyone as it was fair to like the privileged half of the world. And she said, you know, my son, you have two options. Number one, you go to Greenpeace and you chain yourself like to a big oil ship, you know, or you forget about it and live your life. And I didn't quite decide to go that way, but for a certain period of my life, I tried to forget about it, to focus on myself, to focus on my growth, to grow my network, to grow my resources, to grow my understanding, to even know how could you help. Because a lot of charities, they're investing a lot of money, but where does that money go and how does that impact people? Really questionable, you know. Also no comment, because I cannot be exact about it, but the numbers, where their money goes to and how much their CEOs sometimes are making is, you know, questionable, I would say. But for a certain period of time, I wanted to forget about it, to put myself in a position to help again. And that's quite my type of mindset that I've been having for the last 3 years.
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I think we spoke about a lot of like quite interesting and relevant topics.
Yeah.
What do you want to speak about?
I love that. I ask you a question and then you give me a compliment. The frequency is amazing.
Yeah, but it's literally like, it comes to my mind.
Yeah.
I say it.
Yeah, okay, I know that.
And people love it or hate it.
Yeah, people love it. People love it.
I don't care,
Trust me, people love it. I'll tell you right now, people love it.
At the end, people make one mistake, you know. They think too much about what people think about, you know, and they care about what people think, and they think that people actually care, and they don't, you know. Everybody's so occupied with their own life.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're just like thinking about you to get distracted, but they don't really care.
Yeah.
They don't really care.
You're single. Are you single?
I'm not married.
You're not married? What's dating like in Dubai?
Dating in Dubai?
Yeah, as a rich 29-year-old.
Wow. Dating in Dubai is different, yeah.
Very different.
Different, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can meet a lot of beautiful faces here. And you can meet a lot of beautiful personalities. And I also believe there's a lot of wife material here, technically, but quite hard to find. and you don't see them in the IFC.
Definitely the same with the IFC.
But they might be in the IFC at some point, you
Of
know,
course
but
they
the
would be.
likelihood of meeting them there,
Yeah,
it's like playing the lottery.
yeah. But is that what you want? Are you looking for a wife?
I mean, any man should be looking for a wife,
Damn.
yeah, but they should be looking for us as well.
True.
Yeah.
They should be looking for us too.
And it will happen the way it's supposed to happen anyway, so I ain't stressed. Yeah.
Okay. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I don't even know like the state of mind I'm at right now and how I'm occupied with different things. You know, you need some time for that part of your life as well.
I've got friends here that are 50 years old, good looking, fit, and I'm like, you didn't want to have kids or get married? And he just says to me, look, it just didn't happen for me. And I think to myself, did it not happen for you, or is it Dubai? Because it's so easy to be with the next girl, find a different girl, find a new girl, whatever. It's so easy here that it makes it hard for men to want to settle down. It's basically like an adult playground, Dubai.
I said that before also yeah.
Yeah.
So it has advantages and it has big disadvantages
yeah.
as well. It's the distractions.
But the disadvantage is, okay, you might miss out on wife and kids, but is that something you're gonna miss out on? I mean, look at the divorce rate,
Yeah.
53%, and how many of the remaining 47% that are married are still together because of the kids? Half. So now that's a 75%, system that's designed to fail. So is that really missing out?
I don't care about the statistics too much.
Okay.
You know, if it's meant to happen, and you guys are compatible, and there's like trust and respect and love in the relationship, and you decide to be partners, people still evolve, and people grow, and sometimes you also grow apart or fall into it and decide to stay together. So it's like.
So you're saying it's a necessary road?
It's just a very interesting topic, like almost for a separate episode,
Okay. If you ever come back on.
If I do. If you ever come back to Dubai.
Listen, I'll be here, but if you ever want to come back on, you'll probably leave here going, I'm never doing this again.
You think so?
No, I don't know.
Why would you say that?
Because, I don't know, because you don't do these often.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite comfortable,
How many podcasts have you done?
How many podcasts I have done? I mean, I co-authored a book with Jack Canfield, who's like one of the most successful book authors in the personal development space.
Yep.
For that, I did a podcast like 2019. I didn't do any in 2020, 2021, not 2022. I think last year maybe 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this year, this is the first one?
The first one and maybe the last, yeah.
Really?
I mean, let's see.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're very honored.
I used to enjoy like the social media world because I got inspired by it a lot, and it was a nice place to kind of bring in your creativity and also give a chance to inspire others. But the nature of how social media works just gets quite boring and tiring after you've been in the game for a bit.
It's very fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very fake.
Yeah. But it's great that you're doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Because I see you do it with the right intention, and we're coming back to intention, and it's the same in relationships. It's about what intention you have. Are you willing to be yourself? Are you willing to communicate who you truly are? And that's determining the outcome as well. Same as a man, like the questions you ask yourself today, where you want to go, like what's your direction, it's everything. And most people are just occupied with the wrong ideas and thoughts in their mind.
What's one of your weaknesses?
One of my weaknesses? I'm not super organized. So for the wifey would have to be quite organized, and could probably also like push and not empower, but like multiply my potential.
Do you know how to code?
Code?
Yeah. No, you don't.
No.
Okay.
But I pay people that do.
What? What would you say your strength is?
My strength. Avoiding questions, you would
You're
say?
very good at that.
You would say that?
I'm thinking, with all the questions that you've avoided, that you could be Satoshi Nakamoto.
Oof, that's a very big assumption.
That you could be.
Because I don't even know how old I was when they released the white paper, like
Yeah,
15.
sure. Yeah, okay, fair enough.
15.
Yeah.
Man, at that time,
But hey,
I was sneaking into nightclubs.
Look at Vitalik.
Yeah, I mean, but he's like kind of the, it's a big word, but like Nikola Tesla of our generation.
Yeah, I agree.
So what I learned also from Tesla, because you can have mentors, they don't even need to be in physical proximity to you. What I heard is that he used to do his experiments 95% on the mental realm.
Wow.
So like they were happening in his mind, and then when it worked in his mind, then he started to do it in the physical reality.
Wow.
And I used to do that like when it comes to like other things, you know?
Yeah.
Like most of my businesses, I succeeded and failed multiple times over and over again in my mind before it happened in this reality. What I'm good at, or what people tell me, is I'm a quite curious person. I'm very honest, which is a strength in my opinion. Some people would say it's a weakness, but it depends on the eye of the beholder. I love to learn. I stay a humble student to this day, but I'm also willing to teach. Not really scared of competition. I would rather collaborate than compete with somebody or anybody, because I believe in healthy competition, but not this like, you know, this unhealthy competition. And I'm quite talented in, when I'm curious about something, to really go deep, understand the complexity of it, and try to break it down so that a 5 or 6 year old could understand it.
I see. Got ya. So what's your strength? If I ask you what your strength is, what is your strength?
My mind.
Tell me what your strength is. I would say mine is relationships. I'm very good at maintaining relationships, right? With my business partners.
Yeah.
I don't burn relationships. The most important thing in a business is not the business, it's the business partnership. Fuck the business, we'll shut this business down. You and I can do this together again. So the most important thing to me is the business relationship. You must protect it like a flame, like a relationship, right? You must keep the spark alive. I wouldn't say I'm a business expert, but we have people that are. So what do you think you shine?
My mind.
Your mind.
My mind, yeah.
In what way? Because that's general.
Kind of what I just explained
Okay.
previously.
Okay.
So it's being curious and analyzing and studying complex things, but communicating it in a way and breaking it down so that the average person can understand it, even if they never heard about it.
So translating tech talk and code talk to normal people language.
Yeah. I wouldn't say normal people, because we're all quite normal and special in our own way. You know, everybody has this like special talent.
Of course.
But most are not brave enough to let it out. So one strength could also be to just be who I am, and I don't care if people judge about it or what they think, because people are gonna talk about you anyways. You know, if you go out and do something and succeed, or if you don't do anything and you're just hanging around, people are gonna talk. So might as well be who you are and do what you want to do.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Especially coming from like a small rural area in like Germany.
Yeah.
You know, most people just don't do it. They could.
What was your childhood like?
Quite nice. A lot of football, soccer for the American community.
Yeah.
Then I started playing basketball.
Soccer.
I was also like, for the first like 7 years in school, I was quite invested in school, but then I realized I don't really learn what I want to learn, and it gives me the possibilities and opportunities of where I want to go and who I want to be. I had a lot of different friends from like different cultures, and I've also seen the streets.
In Germany?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite some interesting experiences that I had, I started going out quite young, and being also in certain rooms and situations that you might not want to be in as a under 18-year-old, but it builds your character and it builds your your strength,
Yeah.
your inner strength.
Yeah, of course.
You
It's
know.
character building, of
Yeah.
course. Well, Richard, I promised you we'll do a 1 hour podcast. It's been 1 hour and 30 minutes. My apologies. You're going to be late to basketball.
It's okay. It's okay.
I hope you had a good time.
I waited all day for it, so I can wait a bit longer.
True. I had a good time.
Yeah, me too. It was amazing.
I hope
Great
you come
questions.
back. I hope you come back.
Okay, let's see.
I hope you come
let's
back.
see. If you ask me, maybe I come.
Of
but
course.
if you don't ask,
You don't get. I did ask, didn't I?
yeah.
When we were at Trove, we
Yeah.
were having dinner. I said, "Yo, you need to come
yeah,
on the
yeah,
podcast."
that's what I'm saying.
Of
You know,
course.
you can only receive if you ask.
Yeah, yeah. My brother.
Great to see you.
Good
Thanks
to
for
see you.
everything.
Appreciate you.
Take care.
Thank you. This has been Richard.